That is not having more than maybe one subpar start in the season. It's pretty much domination from wire to wire. And when you can do that against good hitters today that are looking to get the ball in the air, hit the ball over the fence, and slug, really impressive in what he did last year, and I only expect him to build on it this season.
And a pitch. Found back our way, and that's out of play. The 1-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And one gone.
Very frustrating right there as a speedy potential base runner when with 2 strikes you just struggle to put the ball in play. You don't even have to get a hit at that point. You can help your team just by reaching on an error, but some way you got to find a way to shorten up the swing and put the ball in play next time.
Now the number 2 hitter, Edouard Julien. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. Cole, when you talk about his skill set, he stops teams from getting hits. That's the thing that he's so good at. He's just really difficult to get base hits against. Fought off foul.
Well, he's got power and he has a reputation of being a strike thrower. So to his advantage, he can expand the zone.
The punch out there. Quick start to this afternoon's action. 2 gone.
Man, that slider bearing in on your hands like that, it's just so tough to fight off. It's kind of like a cutter and just can eat you up, saw you off. Tell you what, hitters have nightmares about that pitch. Perfectly executed out there on the mound.
And he deals. Just missed.
He can throw that fastball slightly above the top of the strike zone to get hitters to chase. He can also break it off because when you're geared up for good velocity, it's hard to stay back. You have to make a decision really early.
2 down, nobody on. So what's the approach from an offensive perspective against a guy that doesn't give up a lot of hits?
I think you just kind of have to lean out over the plate and take your base. But seriously, you just have to try to shorten up. I think guys choking up on the bat a little bit to have some more bat control, be a little bit quicker, and don't get greedy.
And the pitch. Cracks his bat and pops him on. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that is that. Tampa Bay nothing. Yankees coming up. You're dialed into the show. Back here with my pal Siggy. And on the hill, the lefty, Shane McClanahan.
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so I'll definitely be looking for better results this season. One of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit the spots that you want to hit and have a higher chance of being successful.
As the lefty gets to work. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. The pitch. Tucker, who's been an all-star and a gold glover.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. With that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
No, we see it a lot more these days than we ever did when I played, but a slider in the 90s still catches your attention. Even if you're sitting on the pitch, good luck recognizing that tight spin and adjusting to the late break.
Here's Paul Goldschmidt. McClanahan, a former All-Star. He features a 4-seam fastball, a changeup, a curve, and he works in a slider. 1 out, base is empty. And there's a strike. Set down on strikes. Called strike 3 and a fastball up in the zone.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Two outs, base is empty. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. Right through there for a strike. Two outs. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
Looks really sharp at the start of this one. This is how it's going to be today. It's going to be a tough one for this lineup.
Going to count 1-2.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Comes the 2-2. Wouldn't chase that time. Aaron Judge on deck for the Yankees. Hit in the air, right field. Carpenter makes the play, and it's out number 3. Scoreless after 1. Back for more from the Bronx. New inning getting started. Now the third baseman, Royce Lewis. Cole back to work. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
0-1.
The healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Next offering misses. Ball 1.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
And a ball and 2 strikes. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. The 1-2. And another ball.
Had some cut action to it. Velocity pretty good on that slider. So far, moving the ball around nicely.
The 2-2 on the way. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Boog, he was shopping at the buckle right there, the way that slider made him walk. That was just nasty.
Danny Jansen to hit here. That one's in there. 0-1. No score here in the second. That breaking ball is in for a strike, and quickly it is 0-2. Ed Drummond, our umpire behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Boog, he's a really fair umpire, both the pitchers and the hitters. So standard strike zone, he's consistent with it. And the great thing is you don't see players question the calls too much. So that's a good thing in this day and age. Yeah, there's no doubt, Boog. Electric stuff from the jump. I mean, there's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is a high strikeout.
Now, this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. Out of here. A soaring shot to center. His first homer of the year, and they jump out front. It's 1-0.
Took on the big part of the yard for that home run and just barely got it over the wall. I thought for a second he brought it back out there too. He gave it a great effort, but you know, those plays are so tough to pull off, and I'm sure he'd love to have another shot at it.
So 2 away with nobody on. And now it's Brandon Lau. In there for a strike at the top of the zone. Two down, nobody on. Swinging a foul straight back. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And the Rays get one on a solo shot. It's now 1-0. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show.
Opinionated, opinions hated, it's all trash. This kid the greatest, it's flaming, it's all gas. Breaking down the young and what I owed him.
Back here in New York, bottom half of inning number 2. And stepping in for the Yankees, Aaron Judge. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Here's Stanton now. And that drops in for a strike. Kicks and fires.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Kicks and deals. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. The Yanks down by a run here on opening day. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. One down. Here comes Cody Bellinger. And a good eye there. Bellinger's dad won a couple of World Series rings in 1999 and 2000. Clay was a backup infielder with the New York Yankees. And now the lefty. Fly ball down the line. Sizes this one up. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Here's Adley Rutschman. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller. Good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out. In for a strike, and it's 0-1.
When you got a catcher like this guy with a big arm like that behind the plate, it really shuts down the running game.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer. When you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. Can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little bigger lead, be aggressive on the secondary, but this type of guy shuts the running game down.
Ground ball right side, and it finds its way through for a hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
So first and second with 2 outs. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Gunnar Henderson. That one is absolutely belted. Bangs off the wall. tying run is in to score from second. We're tied at 1. And that's a double.
Comes through with the RBI. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
So 2 down. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Fastball in for a strike. It's 0-1. One run across in the frame so far as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. And that's outside. And it is 2-1.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
2 on, 2 outs. That misses the zone, and that's ball 3.
Love how this guy grinds out at bats. I mean, he's down there at the bottom of the lineup in the 9-hole, but he's worked himself into a really good hitter's count, trying to pick up a 2-out RBI.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
3-2. That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. So the batting order turns over. Kyle Tucker stepping in now for the Yankees. He was a strikeout victim his first time. That's off the mark, and it's 1-0. Traffic on the bases with one already in at bottom half of inning number 2. That pitch gets the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side. And here it comes. Got him! Inning over, and it could have been worse. Yankees strike for a run on the RBI double. All even now at 1-1. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back in the Bronx, all set for the start of the inning. Now the left fielder, Randy Arozarena. The pitch. Right through there for a strike.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Missed with a changeup, and the count is 1-1.
Well, we're expecting to see strikeouts in this one. Cole is in the 2,000 strikeout club and only needed around 1,700 innings to get there. You know, only Chris Sale and Pedro Martinez needed fewer innings to reach 2,000 strikeouts.
Next offering is in for a strike.
It's amazing to look up and see 88 miles per hour on that changeup. Back in the day, that was a pretty good fastball. But with high velocities these days, that speed differential is right where it needs to be.
Here comes a pitch. On the ground at first. And he picks it up in foul territory. Payoff pitch. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The pitch. Got him. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Up the middle, Henderson. To first, 2 up, 2 down.
Well, here we talk about how the ball is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the center fielder, Jarren Duran. Just missed. Duran, 28 years old. He joined the team as a free agent. Swings and misses. And it's 1-1.
Wow, good luck catching up to that one.
Next pitch in for a strike, and it's 1-2. 2 outs, base is empty. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
He was all over that one. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from. And there's just no one there to knock it down. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
And now Edouard Julien. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
He might want to steal second in this spot, but he's dealing with a catcher that has one of the best pop times in the game. He needs to pick his spot very wisely.
Cole a check to first, and he dives back in safely. Tied up here in the early going. Swings and misses. 0-2. Two outs, and that's off the inside edge, and that's ball one. And down on strikes he goes. Picks up strikeout number 7. So one hit is all they get. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. All tied 1-1. And we're back. Now it's Goldschmidt up to the plate.
The first baseman.
The wind of the pitch. That's in there. Strike one.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
That one not close. And the count 1-2.
Well, that curveball right there stayed up in the zone. And if it's going to be effective, he's going to have to finish the pitch, tease the strike zone, and get it down. Otherwise, it's going to eventually get hit really hard somewhere.
Goldie swings and hammers one. Deep to left. Arozarena going back. Gone! His first homer of the year, and the Red lead. It's 2-1.
He just sent a jolt of electricity into this stadium with that swing. Breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
That one the other way. He'll do it himself. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
And now big number 99, Aaron Judge. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. And Judge takes a strike. All right, so Monument Park out there in center field at Yankee Stadium. Have you gotten a chance to check that out?
Boog, I have seen it more after my playing career than I did as a player. But as a broadcaster, many times entering and exiting through the center field fence, particularly in the playoffs, get a chance to take a glimpse over. And I got to say, you do get some goosebumps.
Swing and a miss. Nice changeup.
Filthy changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Swings and misses. Struck him out.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
2 outs, base is empty. And up next for New York, Giancarlo Stanton. Just missed.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
Fastball for a strike. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here in the last half of the third. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back in New York, Yandy Diaz now.
The first baseman, number 2.
Singing 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in one game. And, before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan. And he said to me, "Hey, kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight. Come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit."
0-2 now. On the ground to the left. Sends it to first. And 1 gone to the 4th as they get the leadoff man. So Singy, a close play at first, worthy of another look with StatCast.
That was an absolute heater, and you just don't see that type of velocity coming across the diamond every day. Only the best infield arms in baseball reach 90 miles per hour, and he needed all of it to get that out. Bang, bang play.
Here's Royce Lewis. And that one fouled off.
So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2 when I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me and said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?" And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
Up next for Tampa.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Danny Jansen will hit next. Cole a check to first. Back in there standing. So did Super Joe give you 2 suits?
Super Joe hooked me up with 2 suits.
Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Sometimes being lucky is a swing and miss. If he makes contact with that pitch, probably hits into a double play.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. And the righty deals. Not even close there. And that is ball 1. Man at first, 1 away. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Wouldn't chase that time.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
And that's ball 4.
Nope. Ball 4.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's going to have to buckle down right here.
And now the right fielder, Kerry Carpenter. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Puts it away for the out.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
So first and second with 2 outs. Lau at the plate.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
Right down to shoot.
0-1. And I know you want to be patient as a hitter, but you got to be ready to jump on the first thing straight. And he got one right there to let the bat on his shoulder.
In the dirt, and the count even 1-1. And another ball.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Righty delivers. And fouled off. The Rays trailing by a run. Top half of inning number 4. Hammered. And this one could be extra bases. Rounds third, headed for the plate. 1 run's in. Now he launches a throw over his head.
Well, that's a huge swing to clear the bases, drive in 2, and get all the way around to third. Absolutely smoked the baseball. It just jumped off the lumber, and when you're able to find a gap like that, Boog, you're even looking for a triple.
Solo runner at third, 2 men out. Now up for Tampa Bay, Randy Arozarena. He's 0 for 1. And ball 1. Two outs. Up the middle. And a base hit knocks in a run.
Well done. Drives in the run. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
Runner at first with 2 away. Dalton Varsho next to hit for the Rays. And that's in for a strike.
0-1.
Arozarena off of first with 2 away. The shortstop takes the ball.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's a little bit low.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Look out! And it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him, and he hit him. Now batting Jarren Duran. 1 for 2. Hit well. Right field, way back, and gone. And they add to the lead. It's 7-2. He only needed 1 swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
And here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Garrett Cole is done in this one. And we'll be back with their first arm out of the pen after a quick break. New pitcher for the Yankees, Chase Hampton. On for his major league debut, so we'll see if he's ready for the big stage.
He just has to remember this is the same game that he's played all the way through the minor leagues to this point. The only difference, there are just more people in the stands and it's a bigger stadium, but the game itself is still the same. Look at the catcher, whatever fingers he puts down.
Now a rocket to right center, way back there, and forget it, it's out of here. A gigantic blast. His first homer of the year, and they tack one on the board. It's 8-2. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
So up next, Yandy Diaz. Right through there for a strike. And the slider just misses. That one finds the zone, and that is strike two.
2 strikes.
2 down, nobody on. Fouls it off, still 1-2. The wind to kick the pitch.
2 balls.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Righty to the plate. Good job to fight that one off. Two on the way. Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still.
Got him looking. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working, and this is now an 8-2 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's the left fielder, Cody Bellinger.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. And he makes the catch on the track. Just missed a homer that time. Here's Adley Rutschman singing the Orioles gave him the largest signing bonus ever. More than $8 million, and you can see why. This guy just oozes with talent.
Yeah, Boog, and if it wasn't for a strained triceps injury, I believe Adley would have been on the Orioles opening day roster in 2022. The moment he was healthy enough, the Orioles called him up, and the rest is history.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Makes the grab, 2 down. Gunnar Henderson now at the plate. Doubled in his first AB. You talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
Wouldn't chase that time. And that one fouled off. The Yankees with a lot of ground to make up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Taps softly to the right side, and he picks it up, and he'll put it in his pocket. That one inside. And it's 3-2. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. waiting to hit for the Yankees. The wind of the pitch. Strike 3. Got him looking on the changeup. So the Yanks go in order. And it's still 8-2. In the Bronx, here's the third baseman, Royce Lewis. Hampton back to work.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances. and then hurt his shoulder diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium. Man at first. Now it's Jansen to hit. First pitch misses. The Rays up big in this one, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and a strike.
Man, that was pretty gross right there.
That clips the corner.
That big curve inside's a pitch that can buckle you a little bit. Looks like a fastball out of the hand and then just drops over that inside part of the plate.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Tucker ranging back. Pulls it in on the warning track. Kerry Carpenter next to hit for the Rays. He's already homered here in this one. Check on the runner. Lewis dives back in safely. First offering. Runner goes. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to second. Ow!
Well, you can get away a little bit with not being so accurate when you've got such a great arm and you get rid of it quickly. And that's what happened right there. He made up for the lack of accuracy with excellent velocity. Nice job with the catch and throw right there.
Two down, nobody on, as we play game 1 of this 4-game series. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. That one 95 to finish him off. Back at Yankee Stadium, John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And a pitch. That's through there for a strike.
I love the fact that we've seen both Vladimir Guerrero and Vladdy Jr. win the home run derby. They're the first father-son duo to ever win it. Vladdy back in 2007 and Vladdy Jr. in 2023. Even though his dad didn't give him any advice for the event other than to go out there and hit home runs.
New pitcher now, Brady Singer.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. He swung over top of the curveball.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for, a bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Tucker in the box now, no balls and a strike. Bullpen movement for the Rays. Michael Boyle warming up for manager Kevin Cash. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Ground ball left side. Lewis. He is safe, and that was bang bang at first.
Well, from the time you're a little leaguer, you're taught to hustle out of the box and give it a full sprint through the base regardless of how you hit it. And he didn't make great contact, but the effort was there, and he earns the base hit.
And here's Paul Goldschmidt. Just missed. Right-hander kicks, deals. Tucker at first, one gone.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
That's down and in. That one ripped. That's down. One hops off the wall. Tucker around third. Relay throw home. Safe.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Put a pretty good swing on that one as he drove it out to deep left. Didn't quite have the right combination of launch angle and exit velocity to get it over the fence, but you're never going to be disappointed with extra bases. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ballgame.
Man at second with one away. Jose Altuve up to hit here. Julien gathers and throws to first. And they get Altuve for the out.
Now batting, center fielder, Aaron Judge.
Here is Aaron Judge. He has, as they like to say,
Let me guess, Boo. Light tower power?
that's right. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Yankees strike for a run on the RBI double. It's now 8-3. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Top of the sixth inning. To the plate now for the Rays is the DH, Brandon Lau. The wind of the pitch. Slider misses outside. Lau measures 5 feet 10 inches, 30 years old now, and he was a third-round pick back in 2015.
1-1.
And a pitch. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next pitch is outside. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. And there's one down.
Stood absolutely no chance on that slider right there. And I don't mean to laugh, but that's a tough one. I mean, pretty much a perfect strikeout pitch. I mean, it looks like a fastball middle in. Kind of has cutter action, and it just bunches you up to whereas you can't get your hands through and the barrel to it. And not much you can do unless you recognize the spin early and you spit on it.
Next offering in there for a strike. And that's strike 2.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
And it drops in. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Arozarena, the base runner at first with 1 out. Arozarena on the move. Swing and a miss. Throw to second, tag, and they got him.
Not a fast runner on the base path, so this kind of looks like it was a hit and run call from the dugout. Got to make contact some way or somehow because that guy's not going to be able to steal second base and be safe.
2 outs. That just misses. And a count 2-1. That catches the corner. And another ball. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. That one drilled left field and foul ball. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 6th inning, and now it's Giancarlo Stanton. The right-hander back to work. Ball one on a pitch inside. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Jose Gomez warming up for manager Kevin Cash. Jackson also throwing. The 1-0. That clips a corner. Falling behind 2-1. Right-handed reliever. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Hard hit left side. High throw to first, and he can't reach it.
Just kind of sailed that throw and pulled it across his body towards the right field side of first base, and usually that means the fielder just didn't square up his shoulders to the target, and I think that throw had just as much to do with his footwork as anything else.
Here comes Cody Bellinger. And that one missing low. Bellinger's an interesting example when you talk about scouting and development. I mean, this is a guy now that has turned into one of the premier power hitters in the sport. He was a 4th-round pick out of Hamilton High School in Chandler, Lewis to second, and he'll hold on to it, so they get one.
Now batting, catcher.
Man at first, and here's the catcher, Adley Rutschman. And first offering is fouled off. The pitch. And it's fouled away. And a base hit up the middle. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Wasn't able to elevate that one, but he sure hit it hard enough to get through the infield. There's not a whole lot of time for the defenders to react and try to make a play when it's ripped like that.
And now the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson. There's a strike. Breaking ball inside. And now it's even 1-1. There's a swing and a drive. And that one is off the wall. One run is in. Here comes Rutschman around third. He'll score. 2 runs are in. It's 8-5.
Everything came together for him. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
And the Rays, they go to the bullpen. Jay Jackson.
And this is an important part of this game. Tight score and still a lot of outs to get. So they're looking for a big outing out of him right here to get some critical outs.
One out, runner at second. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Fastball for a strike.
0-1.
And the pitch. That clips the inside corner for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like to pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
And the right-hander deals. On the ground. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. And you can feel this crowd waking up a bit here as the guys are starting to make some noise with their bats.
Here's Kyle Tucker. 1 for 3. Swing and a miss as he was out front.
0-1's the count.
With the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. Lifted in the air, right center field. Duran, long run into the gap. Got it. Nice grab. Runner tags from third. He's in to score on the sac fly, and it's now a 2-run game.
No, that's the 3rd run of the inning, and this team is doing a nice job of executing at the plate right now.
Paul Goldschmidt, the next to hit. That clips the zone. 0-1.
Well, they say it's the best pitch in baseball. Strike one. You get ahead on a good hitter as well. Gives a little bit more confidence to move through the at-bat.
Swung on, belted. Duran going back and brings it in at the wall. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. 7th inning coming up. It's the Rays 8 and the Yankees 6. Back at Yankee Stadium, and now the center fielder, Jarren Duran.
The center fielder,
Hampton back to work. Line drive, caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And stepping in for the Rays, Edouard Julien. And that's in for a strike. Movement in the Yankees pen. Cody Morris, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Number 25, getting loose as well. 1 down, base is empty. Oh, and he hit him.
That ball hit him.
Now, anytime one of your hitters gets drilled, it catches everyone's attention in the dugout, and you know what? It kind of gets you fired up.
And now the first baseman, Yandy Diaz. That one missed.
I love this part of the game. Does he really want to try and steal second against this catcher? I know he's fast, but it's pretty risky.
Now move to first, and he's back in easily. The pitch. Now 1-1.
Now there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Julien, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Just missed. Chris with that distraction and a speedy guy at first. He's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
The kick, the 3-2. Ground ball right side, could be 2. There's one. Throw pulls him off the bag, and he's safe.
Now back, first baseman,
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Royce Lewis.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
And that's outside. Ball 1. In the air, left field. Bellinger drifts towards it. Nabs it. And that's the third out. One left for Tampa. They lead at 8-6. We're back in a new pitcher here.